How's it going tonight, guys? Welcome again to another episode of Lights, Camera, Action. This week's episode number 4. And we're doing this week's episode on an amazing movie. And it's a really fun movie, Horton Hears a Who. Okay, guys, I know some of you guys might be thinking like, wow, it's kind of a kid's movie, you know, and it's not even something that's been made recently. Like, how did that come to your mind, Jonathan? What made you think of it? And I watched it, probably like 6 months ago. I don't remember to be exact. Maybe it was like 8 months ago. And as I was watching it, I just saw it and I was like, wow, there's some really big principles here, really deep things here that never gets talked about. This movie's been out for almost 10 years, guys. I think it was made in, here, let me see real fast. I don't know. It's got a couple different dates on here, actually. 2008 is what it looks like it says. So 2008, almost 10 years. Next year makes 10 years. We're 6-7 months away from that. Okay? And I've never heard somebody really dive into the principles of success that this movie teaches. Okay, guys? And so I want to go through, kind of rehash the movie for you like usual. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest going back and seeing it. I'm not gonna spoil a ton. I don't think. I may accidentally let it slip, so I apologize. But just going over a little bit about the movie. So Horton, he's an elephant, okay? He's living in the jungle, doing some elephant stuff. You know, he's a teacher of some type for the kids in the jungle, so he's got some sort of reputation. You know, obviously they feel like they can trust him there in the jungle. And one day, he just happens to hear this voice coming from a flower. Okay, and he realizes that there's a living person, or a living being. It's a who. Okay, there's a living being on this plant. Somebody's living there, and he's like, oh my gosh, like that! I've got to protect them. I've got to take care of them. And so he starts doing everything he can to take care of this plant, because he's saying that there's a whole city, there's a whole world essentially living on this plant. And the other animals in the jungle, the other parents, you know, those kids and just other people in general, society starts to look at him differently. They start to say, I don't know about that. You know, that Horton guy, he's a little strange. He's talking to plants right now. I don't know about that one. And there's one person in particular, a kangaroo, okay, and she is mean. She's just straight up mean. And she is negative. She starts spreading just more and more negative things about Horton. And so eventually everybody is looking negative on Horton. Okay, he gets chased, he gets bullied, doubted. Okay, everybody's doubting him, everybody's talking down on him. He gets harassed all throughout the movie, all types of things happening. And they even send people, kind of like the jungle mafia, the jungle thugs, all right? They send them after him. And Horton, all he's trying to do is protect this flower. He's not doing anything that hurts anybody. He's not doing anything that's crazy or ridiculous. It just doesn't fit into their viewpoint, their thought process of how they think people should act. And it comes down to it that eventually there's a big climax, there's a big point in which, you know, Horton, the flower, the who's on the flower may or may not make it. All right, and it's because of society. It's because of this kangaroo and the naysayers and the people that doubted him, harassed him. All right, and it's insane how much negativity he has to go through each and every single day, each and every single scene with protecting this flower. Something that doesn't even harm other people. It gets so bad at one point that Horton starts to doubt himself. There's points where he's like, would it be easier? Would it be easier just to, maybe I didn't hear anything. Maybe I shouldn't risk my life, risk my reputation, risk my everything. And Horton decides to stand with himself. He decides to stand with his beliefs. All right, guys? And so there's two huge principles that I want to get out of this. I want to show you guys, okay? And this is for success. This is, helping you in your life and achieving something. And number one, okay? Number one, Horton hears something. Horton sees something, essentially. He has a dream, okay? For you, you have a dream. Horton hears, okay? He hears the voices on this plant. But for you, okay, you may not hear voices. I kind of hope you might not hear voices, okay? But you're going to see something. You're going to have a vision. You're going to have a goal, a dream, something that you're chasing, something that you want to become, something that you want in your life. Maybe you want your spouse out of a job. Maybe you want a happy family. Maybe you want to be able to send your kids off to college. I don't know what that is for you, but you have something that drives you day in and day out. And the thing is, other people can't see that. Other people look at you and they think you're crazy. They don't know what you see in your opportunity. They don't know what that you see in your family. They don't know what you see in getting your spouse out of a job. They don't know what you see. They don't know what you think and how your feelings are working. All they think about is how you don't fit into their mold. You don't fit into who they think you should be. And you've got to be able to look past that. You've got to be able to forget that, push that aside like Horton does. You've got to be able to say, it doesn't matter what society thinks. It doesn't matter that people are bullying me, that people are doubting me, that people are saying, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this. How could you do that? Nobody's ever done it before. Why can you? You've got to be able to look past that. You've got to be able to move past that and to take yourself to a level beyond where those people are at. Going back to the movie a little bit, those people, the who's that live on that plant, they're on a speck, okay? They're on the speck on the plant. And those who's rely 100% on Horton. It doesn't matter because they can't make themselves, they can't wish themselves in a safe area. They can't wish themselves on a different plant so that they're fine. Okay, they can't make themselves just magically be okay. They rely on Horton 100%, and your dreams are the same way. Your family, your goals, your ambitions, your spouse, your kids, them going to college, the people that you get to help. Maybe you have your own business, okay? And the people that you get to help with your business, with your service, they need you. They rely on you. Your dreams rely on you. Your vision relies on you. Your future self is relying on you. Just your future self can't become who they are meant to be. Your potential within you can't just magically make itself amazing. It can't magically put itself on you. You have to be the one who activates it. You have to be the one who goes out there and believes in yourself and does the things that you need to do, standing with yourself. And it's amazing to watch that happen in the movie as Horton stands with himself, stands with his beliefs, and stands with the who's on that speck. Okay, the other huge lesson that's in there, and I just mentioned it briefly when I was describing the movie, is that Horton doubts himself. You're going to go through points in your life where you doubt yourself. You're going to go through times where it's just rough. The negativity gets to you. The hardships get to you. The failure gets to you over and over and over. But the thing is, whenever you can move past that, all of a sudden, you get to the point where it's not about, it's not about what you think. It's more about the goals and the ambitions that you have, and seeing yourself as what can happen. You start to realize that your belief isn't based on your current situation. Your belief isn't based on your past experiences. Your belief is 100% reliant on you right now thinking about your future, thinking about your vision for what's to come. When you start to doubt yourself, you start to lose sight of that. You're no longer focused on what you're becoming. You're no longer focused on who you're impacting, what your desires and your dreams and your ambitions are. At that point, you start to focus on, well, I'm not there now. I wasn't there in the past, so how can I? You know, just like Horton, he couldn't see them. Okay, maybe you lose sight of your dream. You can't see it. And so all of a sudden you start to lose your belief. But if you can just hold on, if you can just stick with it and stay with yourself, I promise you that if you can just push the self-doubt aside, fake it till you make it, all right? Deep down you may think, oh my gosh, I don't know. But fake it till you make it. Look yourself in the eyes, look in the mirror, look at yourself and say, I believe, I know where I'm going to be there, and it's going to happen on my timeline. Okay? And just start going after it. Just start chasing it. Okay? Just like Horton, keep carrying that flower to a safe place. Keep going. And as you do, your self-doubt starts to fade away. And all of a sudden, it's a rock hard, solid testimony of yourself. You know better than anybody that you're going to make it, that you're going to be successful, that your family's going to be successful, that your business is going to be successful, that your life, your spirituality, your schooling, whatever it is going to be successful. Guys, those 2 lessons are huge. All right? Just 2 lessons from a movie, a kid's movie at that. All right? A Dr. Seuss book even. You don't have to go watch the movie, go read the book, okay? Not everybody can see our dream, but that's not for them to see. It's for us to see and for us to chase. Because our dreams rely on us. Your future self relies on you. And that means that you can't doubt yourself. You can't hold yourself back. And as you focus on doing that, focus on keeping your dream in front of you, and focus on believing in it, you'll start to achieve things that are extraordinary, that you never thought possible. I promise you that. I hope you guys have an amazing night. I hope that you go out and you see your dream and you chase it. I hope that you do that and don't ever doubt yourself, because you were endowed with the seeds of greatness. You have it within yourself to go out and be extraordinary, guys. And remember, you got to remember, I got to tell you guys this every single time I get on here. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little extra. You guys have an amazing night, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on next week's episode of Lights, Camera, Action.